Hello people of the YouTube, welcome back to Steelman Outdoors. Just a regular guy outside, in the garden, filming himself. Weird, probably weird, not weird, definitely weird. I'm still in lockdown as you can see, so I'm in my back garden today. The range just came over, everywhere, everything's drenched, everything's wet. So actually the majority of the filming I'm going to be doing today is inside. In today's episode, we're going to be learning how to sharpen a knife. And I say we because I've never actually done it before, well, successfully anyway, so hopefully we'll be learning something together. What, Andy? You might say. We've seen you roam the woods, making feather sticks, cutting bits of random material. How come you've never sharpened your own knife? A couple of years back, in my usual style, I was watching YouTube videos, and this was when I really first wanted to get into wild camping and bushcraft type of stuff. And I bought my very first survival knife, and that was a Bear Grylls Ultimate Pro. Try and put a picture in here for you. That was a great knife, but it came with, now I don't even know what it's called, I probably should have looked this up before I started recording. It's got an edge that basically goes like this. Whereas on my TBS bore, it has what they call a Scandi grind. It has what they call a Scandi grind to it, which is more like a sloped bit up the knife. I'll try and put some pictures in to show you. And I tried relentlessly to sharpen that Bear Grylls Ultimate Pro to absolutely no success. I ended up actually taking it to, sending it off, online to somewhere to sharpen it, and it came back, and it wasn't actually that sharp when it got back, so I think I ruined it as well when I was battening some wood, and actually as I was battening the wood down into the floor, the blade caught some concrete underneath and made some couple of chips in it, and it was never quite right after that. I ended up giving it to one of my friends, and then since then obviously I've been purchased the TBS bore from the bushcraft store. My wife got me that for Christmas, and it's going to need sharpened at some point, so it's about time that I learned to do it properly. Now obviously I'm having to film this at home, so you might hear dogs barking. I've got two schnauzers, you've probably seen that on Instagram before. I'm due a delivery today from Royal Mail, so no doubt they'll knock on the door and the dogs will go mental when I'm doing this, so apologies for that in advance. We're just making the best of a bad situation. Sun is out at the moment, it's absolutely glorious, but I got rained on this morning in the hike. You can probably see some of them pictures on Instagram as well. I'll put the link up so you can go direct to my page. What I'm going to do today is get one of my other knives, which is a Mora. I think it was about £12 off Amazon, something like that. It wasn't expensive. And I'm going to purposely blunt that one and then see if I can sharpen it. You'll see in my usual style, my usual fashion, I've got all of the gear, everything that I could ever need to be able to sharpen a knife. Never actually done it. So hopefully we'll get a bit of a resolution at the end of today's video and we'll have a sharp knife again. So let's get into it. So I've laid a few things out on the table, and I thought I would just show you the scale of my shopping habits that then produce results that I never normally do anything with. So first off, we have the TBS bore, and that comes with its own sharpening stone. DC something or other. It's got a grit side and then a ceramic side, and then marks on there aren't actually me sharpening it, it's just with the striker that comes in here for the ferro rod up against it. At the back here we have a brand new, never been used strop with a coarse side and a smooth side. We'll definitely be using that today. And alongside that we have some strop-in compound which came with it. We have my Fiskars X7. So bang on cue, and as predicted, 5 minutes into filming, door goes, Royal Mail, dogs start barking, although they were not too bad actually, and they barked once or twice, but I thought I'd just show you what arrived. Bit of a sidestep from the video, but I was excited to show you this. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. It arrived today. I will show that in a future video. So where was I? My Fiskars X7 axe. Never actually sharpened this either, but I do have a Lanxey puck. I think that's what it's called. Never used it. Maybe today might be the day where we'll use that. I also have a Bear Grylls field sharpening knife. Field sharpener, sorry. And that has a couple of, I think they're ceramic rods. No, they're not. That's a ceramic rod. That's just a diamond cutter. And these are diamond rods, I think, for serrations on blades. I think I have tried to use that before with my old Bear Grylls. You can see that has been used on the ceramic side, and the cutting side never got a good edge off of it. Probably won't use that today. Next to that, we have a Lanxey. Let's see if we can get that in focus. There we go. Next to that, we have a Lanxey, I think it's called a Blade Medic, Field Blade Medic, something like that. And that again, very similar to the Bear Grylls. It has some ceramic sharpening sides. It has a diamond rod. No, that's a ceramic up here. It has a rod that comes out, I believe, here. I'm trying to do this one-handed at the moment, so I'll take it out in a second when I get the camera back on the tripod. But as you can see, never been used. Then I also have a ceramic rod. Bought that off eBay or Amazon, not really sure. Never used it. You get the theme. And then I've got here a sharpening stone. So this is a double sharpening stone. It has a 600 and a 1000 grit. And this is it's a wet stone, so you need to obviously use water with that. This is the stone that I tried to sharpen my Bear Grylls knife with before and miserably failed. That might get used today, we'll see. And then the thing that I really like to use the most would be the DC stone that comes with the actual TBS bore. Because this is going to be the one that's 9 times out of 10, well 10 times out of 10 is always going to be with me with that knife. So if I can sharpen a knife using this, then I'm good to go. And the test subject for today, not using my TBS, I'm too scared, is going to be the Mora knife. So cheap as chips, really good bushcraft knife, and a very similar, if not identical, Scandi grind to what you find on the TBS bore. So the first test is to see how sharp this is now before we do anything. Right, so we'll start off with quite a common test on YouTube to prove knife sharpness, and that is the paper test. Here's one I prepared earlier. And this is the Mora straight out of the sheath. Not too bad. Does cut through. It was catching a little bit somewhere, but all in all, not too bad. So let's go and blunt it, shall we? This is probably going to hurt me just as much as it hurts you guys to hear this. Okay, so we're just back in from the garden. Let's repeat that test. Well and truly blunt. Okay, let's try and sharpen it with just using the strop, see if that can bring it back to life first. So I think what we need to do is raise the blade up and until it's at that angle, so you can kind of feel where the blade touches, and that's the natural angle of the blade. So I think all I need to do is keep it at that angle and strop away. So I'm going to do, I've actually lost count, this way again, so keep the angle at the right blade, the blade at the right angle even, Andy. So I can see that that's actually cutting into the strop. I don't know whether that's actually working or not. So it's not looking good so far, guys. Not really sure how to hold it either, to be honest. Let's see if that did anything. Nope. So as you can see, still blunt. Let's go with the sharpening stone, because I really did give that a good hammering outside, so it probably needs to be sharpened a bit better than that. Now I'm not actually sure if I should wet this stone to do this or not, so let's just go with it. Ooh, we got a little edge on there, so that's not too bad actually. Then perhaps if we switch over to the ceramic side, do another 10 per side, let's see what happens then. That'll give me a little bit of confidence. Try not to cut your thumb off, Andy. Don't know if I should be doing that with it on a supported bit. It's a bit awkward. Okay, let's retest that, shall we? Well, it cut in. It's probably usable, guys. I've seen on one of MCQ Bushcraft's videos that he says he looks down the edge of the knife and he's looking for bits that are that sparkle. And I can see there's a bit here, there's a bit there. Unfortunately, I can't remember what that means though. So the edge isn't quite good at the back, it needs a bit more work, but I'm happy that it at least cut the paper again. So let's now take it away from the sharpening stone and actually go back to the strop, and maybe, just maybe, let's do 10 on each side and 10 towards me, I think. See, it's this bit, I don't really know how to hold my hand, it's a bit awkward. Try on a fresh bit of paper, see if that's any better. So it's still dragging and pulling there, you can probably see on that bit of paper there. Didn't quite cut properly there. But definitely sharp enough to use, I'd say. But probably needs a little bit more work, but reasonably happy with that, guys. That's probably the sharpest I've ever been able to make a knife. So that is a win in my book. Now, I don't think that I should start using my TBS board just yet until I've really mastered how to sharpen that. I'd really appreciate it if any of you guys can drop some comments below and some top tips, especially when using this kind of sharpener. So when I'm out in the field, the woods, or wherever it is I might be, how do you get the best out of this? Because obviously I need to ensure that my tools stay sharp, because they can become a danger if they're not. Now, I'm gonna give it a little go with the Lanxey Blade Medic, because this, I wouldn't recommend using this as your sort of main primary sharpener. Reason B is that they take quite a lot of material off the blade, but it might get you out of a bit of a pinch when needed, so let's see how that goes, shall we? So it's got two different bits that I'll be using. It's got a carbide V-shaped, which you drag the knife across, and then it's got a ceramic side for finishing, so very much the same as this really, this sharpening stone. It's got the coarse side and the ceramic side. And I think where I might have gone wrong with this type of thing in the past is I've been a bit too heavy-handed with it, and I'm like dragging it across as hard as I can, and I think that's the wrong way to go about it. So let's see. So that's the carbide side that I tried. Let's move on to the ceramic finishing side and do 10 on there as well. And then the moment of truth. I can feel it getting stuck at about this point here on the blade. So I'm going to try and pass it back over the strop again a few times. Let's go with the coarse side first, with the, what's that stuff called again? I forgot. Stropping compound. My memory's terrible, guys. You can see I'm really struggling this side. It's like, it's a bit cack-handed. The blade keeps catching the actual strop. In truth, I've no idea if this is the way to do it. Let's try again. Still catching a wee bit. Let's try again, shall we? I don't think it's any sharpener than it was when I used the stone, to be fair. I felt a bit more confident off the back of this. It's a bit easier to hold. It could just be my dodgy strop work. I'm not sure if you're supposed to have stropping compound on both sides, so you can let me know if you do know. Because this is a skill that I'm going to have to master. I can't be going out to the woods and not having a sharp knife. So I'd appreciate any top tips, guys. I think we can call that a semi-success. It's not an out-and-out failure, which is what I was expecting. So, scale of 1 to 10 of happiness on that, probably going to call that at about a 4. Loads of room for practice, and practice I shall. Let's just see how sharp the TBS bore is. I've used this a few times out in the woods already, and I've battened quite a few things with it as well, so needs a bit of a clean from its last adventure by the looks of it. I've got some linseed oil in the cupboard, so I'll be able to do the handle as well, but the blade's looking a bit dirty. Now I've got the stainless steel version, the the N695, probably means more to you guys than it does to me. Lovely knife, feels good in the hand as well actually, nice and weighty. So let's see how sharp that still is. And bearing in mind I've never sharpened this, I think I'll be gutted if it's blunt. Still sharp as tits. Although there is a little bit of a catch there on the part of the blade. Let's give it a wee strop, shall we? Getting confident. Good job, I've got loads of paper. Like there. Don't know. So that's how you sharpen a knife. Ish. Reasonably happy, I think. And at least I know that if I was to take the knife out into the woods and I needed to sharpen it in a pinch, I can have two things with me. I can take the blade, the sharpening stone that comes with the TBS, and that will always be attached to the actual sheath. So we'll always have that with me. So that shouldn't be a problem. And what I always tend to do as well, I always carry this little gadget in my bag, so it weighs quite a few grams actually. Let's just see how much it weighs. And the TBS bore comes in at 447 grams, but that is with the ferro rod, the sharpening stone, the sheath and the knife. So that's the end of this short little video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll continue to use all of the other stuff that I bought to see if I can get a better edge on that. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching the video. Your support is always welcome. And yeah, stick around. Keep coming back to the channel, and hopefully you'll get to see more. Actually, one more thing. In the style of Apple coming out on stage and announcing iPhones, I'm going to do a giveaway. So if you stayed around this long, thank you for watching the entire video, and now you'll be in a chance to win the next giveaway. So I think it was my 50 subs video it was, where I gave away a little carabiner type clip, a Night Eyes figure 9. And I said that when I got to 100 subscribers, I would do another giveaway. Now that happened when the lockdown got enforced, so I wasn't able to go out and make videos. And actually since then, the subscriber count has carried on climbing, even though I've not been making any more videos. So I think I'm up to about 180 now, nearly that 200 mark, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for following. But in keeping with this video about sharpening, the giveaway is going to be for this DC3 sharpening stone with leather sheath. That's obviously brand new. I've not opened it. I can open it. 1 second. In fact, I'm not gonna. It's brand new. It's in there. If you want to win it, then all you need to do is comment below, "Love it." I'm gonna run this competition for 2 weeks or so. So let's say it's Saturday the 23rd of May right now. I'm gonna run the competition. It's gonna be open until June the 7th. So if you want a chance to win the DC3, which is a diamond and ceramic whetstone sharpening stone in leather pouch, then all you need to do is comment below, "Love it." Good luck everyone, and thanks for watching.